Let me give you my take on this, right?
Okay, please.
So, Muslims were in the forefront of scientific, mathematical
Yes. You could tell from
achievements.
the architecture.
Right. I mean, algebra,
Yeah.
algebra. I mean,
Right.
chemistry's development, the concept of zero being taken from Hindus, putting into practice. Even the numbering system we have today is based on Islamic numbering,
Sure.
not on the Roman numerals, right?
Right.
But you had political issues that disrupted that. One of them being the Spanish Inquisition, right? A lot of the developments Muslims made in Europe were in Spain. And under Andalus, as you can research yourself, Muslims, Christians, Jews lived in peace, right? And they were able to work together, they were able to develop together. There were Muslim scientists and mathematicians and theologians who worked with others in developing ideas.
Sort of like early 19th century Lebanon, where they could all cooperate.
Sure,
Yeah.
until the Spanish Inquisition, where they went in and massacred, killed, burned, right? And this is on the western side. And that made a big setback to developments in the Muslim world. On
Yeah.
the eastern side, you had the Tatars. The Tatars at Baghdad was the house of wisdom, all this knowledge, technology. The
Right.
Tatars attacked, ransacked it, killed all the scientists, killed all the scholars, burned the books. You can read about Baghdad being attacked by Halaku Khan, and the Tatar destroyed it. Then you had these constant crusades, right? And it's not one,
Yes.
repeatedly coming in and attacking what they considered the Holy Land, right? All of this, it put a political upheaval in place, which resulted in the colonization of the Muslim world by Western powers, right? So France colonized a good part of Africa, as did Italy. The British colonized everything, right? I mean, India, all these areas today, what's called Iraq, all of this was taken by the British, right? When you got colonized, what happened? Like if you read about the Italians, what they did in Libya, the
Yes.
first thing they did was kill all the scholars. They killed the Quran teachers. I mean, Muhammad Mukhtar in his revolution as a Quran teacher. So what happened is the Muslims fell behind because they were constantly under his attack and killing. And people in the West, what we call the Renaissance, was based on the Quran. If you look at a lot of the writings of the leaders of the Renaissance, they read the Quran. Even if you look at some of the paintings of Michelangelo, Google this when you go home.
That might be a bit of an exaggeration.
Research it.
Yeah.
Look it up, and you will find the evidence.
they
I'll give you
were-
an evidence.
they
One
were-
of the paintings of Mary, right? I forgot if it was by Michelangelo,
See,
one of them.
have you heard of the Getty Art Museum?
Yes.
I give tours of the Getty Art Museum.
Nice.
Because my two majors were art and science.
Those are nice.
He's also a really good, excellent painter.
So-
artist.
Wow, I'd love to see some of your paintings.
You would?
I would.
Let me show you one
Oh, great.
on my phone.
So, what I want you to look up though,
Yeah.
one of the paintings of Mary from the Renaissance, you will find her wearing a scarf. If you look at the edge of the scarf, you will find La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, the Islamic testimony of faith painted there. Look this up when you go home because you're a researcher.
I am a researcher.
I'd like you to research the influence of the Quran on the Western Renaissance. Have fun with it.
I have not seen that.
Good. So that's good. You'll get to learn something new.
Because it really was a humanist movement.
Right, but it was based on principles that I'll give you an example. You know when you graduate, what do you wear? All right, here
Cap and gown.
you wear a cap and you wear a gown with a fez on it. And if you research this tradition, this came because people in the West used to go to Cairo, to Azhar, and they used to study knowledge. And when they came back wearing the Islamic robe and the cap with the fez, it was taken as wow, it's a beautiful painting. It was taken as a sign of them graduating or bringing back that knowledge to the West. And that's where this tradition
So
came
what
from.
were their fields of study?
What do you mean?
In other words, what disciplines did they study?
Everything from the development of the scientific method. For example, the idea of cameras, right? And inverting the picture.
Yeah.
This was developed by a Muslim who
Okay.
put a pinhole. Western researchers then researched his work, brought it back to
Yeah.
Europe and developed it. That is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you put a display here in San Diego?
Our
Or?
home is our gallery.
Oh, nice.
So we have an annual show at our home.
Well, let me know when it is. I'll come by. I'll have to take a look at
Really?
it. Yeah, seriously. I love art.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and it's not. It's
I used to be somewhat of an artist myself, but we're not going to talk about all that right
available
now.
anytime to see, not just the
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. What neighborhood do you live in?
Claremont.
Oh, it's close.
Right
Okay.
next to college.
Excellent. Well, I'd love to come by. No, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Cool. Great. But
Anyway,
when you
so-
go home, research this.